Let's get it. Let's
Welcome
get it.
to the round table, ladies. Let's go. It's the grown folks lounge. Miss Renee, another great show. Topics if we got them, hey, let's talk about it. Just keep it simple and clean. You ain't gotta argue about it. Always keep it 100. It ain't nothing but good vibes. Staying true to yourself, you can make it past the life. If ain't nobody said they love you, just remember that she said another day we still living. Show some love to the family. Going live, so subscribe. Let her know that you was there. If you catch the replay, leave a comment, like, and share. You ain't gotta have a rant. The support still the same. If she with that goofy shit, put respect on her name. It's that grown folks talk. Grown folks talk. It's that grown folks talk. It's that grown folks talk. It's that grown folks talk. Respect on her name. Put respect on her name. Put respect on her name. Yeah.
What's up? What's
What's
up?
happening? What's happening? I'll be
What's
right back.
up? What's going on, D? What's
You
going
got it.
on,
You
my
got it.
bro?
Oh, ain't
We done
nothing to
made
it.
it
Ain't
to
nothing
another
to it.
Tuesday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Surprisingly enough.
Amen. Amen. Already, boy. Already. So you got a good topic for today. We're waiting on the men to pull up. Those who are gonna hit the panel. Um, feel free. Let me put it I got it pinned, but let me put it up there.
I
Just
think
in
Brenda
case.
tried to undermine you.
Brenda did what?
She tried to undermine you. That's my
Why?
that's my story. And I'm upset with her now. So that's my story.
Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to Bookie. She gonna have to stop that. Hi, Big Dog Philly. Hey, Henson. That girl New York. Hey, beautiful. Shalana. Hey, beautiful. Oh my goodness, Mary Charles. What's going on, my beautiful sis? And for those that are in the bushes, in the mountaintop, in the cloud, what's up? Let's motherfucking get it. It's another Tuesday men's round table. When I tell you, D-Shell, y'all been setting this mug on fire.
I can't
I
think.
love
Oh shit! I forgot I'm even on the damn camera. I'm sitting here. Go ahead. Never mind. I was talking to my son.
it. Yes, y'all. Welcome everybody. Hey, John, play hints here. Don, you know what, Don? I really want you to hit the panel because you be in the chat all the time. You never hit nobody panel, but I really would like for you to hit the panel and get your talk. Oh, hey, D Jones. Hey, bro. Because you do know how to put your trolling aside and be serious. That's what I love about you. Because you a troll and talk shit, but I mean, but then at the same time, you can get on some real shit. That's what I like. Real men
You
that
finna
can
rack
get
up a
on some
game?
real life shit.
You racking up a game?
Hey, King.
No, no,
Hey,
no, 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 no.
Tierra. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Bookie.
What's going on, Tierra? How you doing, Pick? The former person known as Bestie. How you doing?
I'm not the farmer. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You gonna leave my bookie alone, D Chef, bro.
I
You
didn't
gonna leave
start this shit. I didn't start this shit. I pulled into a conversation about me and I had no clue what the hell was going on. Next thing I know, I'm getting timed out 12, 13 times a second.
Oh wow, she don't set you up for the kill. Hey, dirty napkin KFC. Wait. I said it wrong. Dirty KFC napkin. Hey, handsome. So guess like I said, we're waiting on for the guys to pull up. If any gonna pull up tonight, I mean, I just know better. They better pull up. You know what I'm saying? But how do you feel? I forgot. Hey, Doughboy. Oh, Doughboy. I
What
haven't
it do,
seen you
though?
in a minute. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in a minute, Doughboy. Where the hell you been? Oh my. Okay. So D, how do you feel about these men that's on YouTube? They are out here doing the stuff that they doing and not being men. They just being assholes.
When you say just being assholes, I mean I need 'cause it's a lot of different shit going on that could
And
be
I mean all of it
easy.
because you're right, it's a lot of different shit. That's what I'm saying. All of it, with all the bull. I mean, I went into a live and couldn't believe, you know, I know a certain person that does it, but for me to actually hear another man do the things and say things that this other person had said, it shocked me because I didn't think that real men say stuff like death on somebody's child or
Yeah,
speak on
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
or
yeah,
speak on
yeah.
somebody. You know, like I said, I do know one person who does that. You know what I'm saying? And I just choose not to bring his name up on my panel. But me actually hearing another man besides him say that, I was shocked because I know the women do it, but for a grown man who have kids to say those type of things about a child, a parent, or anything like that. Women scratch, you know what I'm saying? And we say all kinds, we say crazy stuff when we get mad. Hey, NOF, hey,
That's
beautiful.
that's the, that's the culprit. She's the culprit. She timed me out like 30 times.
Who is, oh my, oh my, and NOF, don't do her like that. Hey, Shug, hey, beautiful sis.
Salute, you know.
Hey Kev, hey handsome Kev, you better hit that. You better hit the link. You better get up here. I supposed to be on mute right now, but I just need to know because I was shocked to even hear other men say, and I said to myself, I'm like, you know what, that is happening, and I didn't realize that because I mean, like I said, I know this one particular guy says it. You know what I'm saying? He do that, but for me to go into somebody else's chat and hear another man say the things that he say. We all know that as men that it could be the only man in the family. You know what I'm saying? And I know there are men are very protective of their mother, those who love their mother. But and those who have kids and to be on uh a platform. Not I'm not gonna even hell yeah, I am gonna say just YouTube because I haven't heard it anywhere but YouTube. But to hear a man downgrade, hey roasted toast handsome, but to hear grown men say that, how can you be a man and have a son? What are you teaching him?
All right, you just threw a lot at me right there.
I know I did. I was just
So
all over the place. I'm just saying.
now, I
I'm just
mean,
starting the conversation to your men to get up here.
no, I mean, I can go kind of go into that. I can kind of go into that. because that there was some shit like that going on in our sector, before um we kind of came together, with Kevin, and it was just like it was, I guess, as men, some men, when you know how to get, you sometimes you just say shit to that is gonna hit a motherfucker where it hurt. It don't necessarily mean you mean it, but it's like what's the greatest shit I could say to somebody, you know, to basically just knock them out the box with whatever the conversation is or the argument. Um, and since then, because it was a lot of that shit going on at first, but since then, there's been a lot of uh, um, remorse, apologies, because at the end of the day, a real man also realize even though he let shit like that come out his mouth, that ain't nothing cool about it. So you do have a conscience, and as of now, so we come with a clean slate as far as our sector and our two groups. We've come together, right? And said that I was some shit that we're not gonna do. We're not gonna talk about the women, which that was something that we never really did unless you were just in the way. But we're not gonna definitely talk about the kids and mothers, kids, anything. If you got an issue with a motherfucker, talk about that motherfucker. Leave
Yeah.
everybody else out of it. And that's the new pact that we made because shit, after doing that shit drain you. It just take away so much energy, and not even just being the person that says it, but being the people that's listening to it. That shit's draining. And so after all that shit was said and done, we had a situation where one of our partner, he lost his son. Shit, he went dark on YouTube. He stayed off YouTube for like damn near 3 months, but throughout the whole 3 months, the motherfuckers that was rejected by both groups, so to speak, that's all they did was talked about his dead son. I mean, before the funeral, after the funeral, made up so many lies, and I mean, it's like who how can you live with yourself? I mean, like let's say to talk about the dead is to talk about the dead. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, in betweens about it. But to talk about somebody that's been freshly, killed or freshly died, that's total bullshit. And
Yeah.
that's what some of these guys that are calling themselves men, they did this shit for 3 fucking months. While my boy was sitting there, you know, um, uh, grieving and shit. So
Wow. I mean,
uh,
I mean, as a man, I mean, to me, that's cold hearted. I mean, like I said, you expect certain things to come out of women mouth that women would say, but what I'm saying, for a grown man to say some of the stuff, like that, I wonder sometimes, are really the men that some let me correct that, are there really some real men on this app? Because at the end of the day, I understand you get your shit off, you scratch a little bit, but then how far do you go with it as a grown man on this app? And I want to give shout outs to Sincere. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Kimmy. Hey, beautiful. For those who are walking in, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not speaking to y'all. I'm just trying to,
hey,
get
Cammy, sincere. Uh,
but I just, as grown men on here, and for them to say the things that they say, I mean, I don't know if they have small kids or big kids or whatever the case may be. Um, how would your kids look at you, as a father, and hear something like, hear your father say some type of stuff like that?
I mean, and that's I constantly have to go back to my partner I'm talking about, my brother,
Hmm.
Um, everybody first thing they say, oh, he talked about this and he talked, man, that shit was 2, 3 fucking years ago. And he's basically apologized to everybody that whose family he involved. He realized, man, that shit wasn't where it's supposed to be. That wasn't where it was at when he was doing it. And he say, man, every time I went to sleep, I just asked God to forgive me because I know I just did some more fucked up shit. And to the point to where eventually he said, man, look, I can't even do that no more. That's not even the type of time I'm on. But you got some people out there that really feel the way they feel. And what they fail to realize, what the part that they really do fail to realize is that when lines are crossed like that, for every action there's a reaction. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions to for some motherfuckers because, and not necessarily saying by the hands of the people that they offended, because that's the one thing that we've been talking about for the longest, because we was at war with Kevin there for a while. Like shit, I think that shit lasted about a year or so, and but we've all put it was just a war of words. A lot of fucked up shit was said on both sides, and for the most part, we managed to patch all that shit up because hell, at the end of the day, it was just words. Like I said again, sincere apologies were made, and relationships rebuilt. But some motherfuckers they just don't want that. They don't want to rebuild shit. They don't want to. I don't know. Some men are just fucked up, and
Yeah,
you
and
sit and
and
you think about. Hold on, just a second. You look at everybody in this chat, and you be like, "Oh, you got all these people watching you. Oh, it's not the motherfuckers that's in the chat or making themselves known that you got to worry about when you go to doing shit like that. It's a small fucking world. I'm just gonna leave that at that.
hmm. Well, I like I say today, I was very I was shocked, and I left out that chat real quick because that's just something that I don't have never will. You know what I mean?
I'll be back.
I just wanted to ask that question because you know what I'm saying it like really took me for a loop. Right? Okay. Kimmy said, "Is it harder for a man to forgive than a woman?" That's a good question. Uh, D is am I froze? Can y'all hear me? Can I get a one if y'all can hear me? Cause I don't hear D. I don't hear D. Okay, he having trouble. He'll come back. Hey Texas, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, there go D back. Okay, D.
Oh, my bad. I had a phone call.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hey Creator, hey, how are you, love? How you doing, beautiful? So Kimmy said, is it harder for a man to forgive than a woman?
Yeah. I can't call that one. Women hold shit. Men forgive easier from my experiences. Men forgive a lot faster than women do. Women say they forgive you, but they hold that shit and to bring it up every chance they get, every time some shit jump off. You know how y'all do. Y'all be on deck with them grudges, boy. I think maybe Renee just got a phone call. But no, Cammy, I mean some shit you can look at and say it's petty, but what may be petty to me may not be petty to you. But me and I do believe it's easier depending on the severity of the situation. You know what I'm saying? I do believe men forgive faster than women, or it's easier than women do.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, okay. But I honestly believe women are easy to forgive than men. Yeah, we most
Well,
definitely
y'all
are.
don't. Well, okay, let's put this in categories. A man will forgive a man before a woman will forgive a woman.
No,
I mean, tomato tomato.
cause you men, you men, when y'all get mad with y'all partner, y'all mad. But see, we
I
get mad
mean,
with our
it's.
homegirls, and we end up with y'all will hold a grudge.
I mean, the thing of it is, it don't necessarily be holding a grudge. Shit, it's more so. It's more so. If it's that serious, if it's to the point to where I gotta hold a fucking grudge, then I'm just gonna quit fucking with you, and that way ain't no grudge hell. We just go our separate ways. And Kimmy, if you talking about what I think you talking about, nah, that shit ain't cloud chasing. That shit wasn't cool at all, and I really do not. I didn't hear what was said personally at that time, but I heard what was said, and nah, oh no, that wasn't no fucking cloud chasing. But damn, did you leave again, Renee? When it comes, if you talking about like relationship shit, yeah, I mean,
Hey, 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 hey.
say
Can you
what?
hear, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, can we hear you? I
Okay,
think Renee got a call or something. Now,
okay.
it depends on what the fuck happened. Cause men will be quick to just let some shit have happened. We won't even bring it up. Whereas a woman will bring up damn near every fucking thing you do.
Woo. Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's in,
saying? But go ahead,
it's,
Ken.
it's in our best interest to forget about it. Yeah, we're not gonna win. We talking about relationships, right? So all that bringing it back up. If you didn't see the point two weeks ago, you ain't gonna see it now. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing
No,
a little.
shit. No, he's not. He dead ass serious. He just don't want to say it. But
I'm just saying. Yeah. Why even
I think
set myself up to be not understood again? Why not just leave it alone? That's what I'm saying. Niggas will leave it alone. Yeah, she gonna try you. Yeah, and later on in the future, 10 years from now, 3 months from now, she gonna come back with it though. Yeah,
now when it comes to cheating, a woman will forgive a man for cheating before a man will forgive a woman for cheating.
yeah, okay, yeah,
That's just fact.
yeah, I agree.
So Rod, yeah, you're right about that. It's I don't know why it's like that or how it's like that, but you absolutely right about that.
Let me see what you say. Okay, yeah, you catching both of them. Okay, what up, Lo? What up,
What it do,
family?
low? Shit, man, if you hit that panel, man, if you want to, boy.
I'm right. We right here. We got a couple of things going on. Yeah, men's roundtable. Whatever questions people might want to put out there. I heard y'all talking earlier about the whole, what y'all were talking about earlier,
Right,
and
right, right.
hurt people, and a lot of these niggas is hurt. The women ain't just the ones running around here scorned, and
Yep,
we
this is
see,
fact.
yeah, we see it when we peel back layers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't got to peel back many layers, but yeah, these niggas is scorned and PTSD too. Yeah,
For sure, for sure. No, I was talking about I was talking about when we was all at war with each other and shit, and things that were said. and all of that shit. But then I also let her know that there was apologies made, atonement made, so to speak, and we agreed that that's some shit that was the subjects that we would never touch. The
Yeah,
dead, kids, women, wives and shit.
yeah,
Whereas some motherfuckers they do it and they do it with intent, with
yeah,
malice intent, and that's where the problem resides because that's when shit lines get drawn and this shit just it becomes bigger than YouTube at that point.
yeah. You can it's always one or two bad apples. You know what I'm saying? The saying that's and some of these apples got worms in it. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so yeah, so it's we you got to wait the process out. Sometimes we don't get a chance to wait the process out. Somebody come along and they cut the grass, and now we can see all the snakes, and then we can deal with the snakes accordingly. Sometimes we don't make it through the whole process. You know what I'm saying? So we see the snakes start biting people and all that stuff. There, shit get chaotic, and we don't get nothing accomplished. You know what I'm saying? The grass grow back over the snakes again.
And
Um,
that's go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead. I'll pass it to you right
No,
there. Yeah,
I was just gonna say that's where I feel that our situation was, in the beginning. Hell, nobody grass was cut, so it was snakes. You know what I'm saying, slithering around in both our fucking yards.
yeah,
And once we both cut the fucking grass, we was like, oh shit. So now you know who the fuck really fucking over the situation. Making it to a point to where it's keeping shit up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And it's, and yeah, same shit. Like I said, and then right now we still got some bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's men predominantly, but
But we're
men.
more in tune with it. But
Yeah,
we're more in tune with it now. We see it now, whereas we didn't see it in the beginning. We didn't see who was responsible for the bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point it was like, oh well, such and such said this, or somebody would come up with a false ass narrative, and because it was time of war, whatever you want to call it, beef, or whatever, shit, it was easy to believe. Now, since we've been flourishing and getting along here, we got a fucking turkey drive that's gonna feed multiple families,
multiple,
and
multiple.
motherfuckers is still acting like we on some bullshit with each other, man. I don't even know how to respond to that shit because it would just take me out of my fucking character when the people that you're supposed to be loving on and supporting and shit, you shitting all over what they doing because they doing something positive or because they fuck with somebody that you don't like. Okay, not everybody gonna fucking get along, but that don't mean that you're supposed to shit on the positive effort from the group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
normally the
Just
grown.
because.
I was gonna say
No, no, go ahead, bro.
normally the grown man or the grown woman will rise up in a situation and recognize what's real and say, okay, y'all was, y'all might, yeah, and maybe it might happen. Maybe it still might happen to where some people see the light and realize it. Okay, I thought y'all was bullshitting, but $700, $800 later, I see y'all not. Okay, maybe I can chill for a second. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
some of those at least one or two of those donations that came through came from places that where motherfuckers hate us. But the real people in those that hang out in those groups or whatever those channels, they realize, man, that this shit is real and that we're not bullshitting over here. You know, so they like fuck what y'all talking about. These fools is over here doing it. They're making it happen and they're not playing. And you can't do nothing but salute that shit because when a motherfucker open their eyes and see that, when you open your eyes and you see, it's better than when you got your fucking eyes closed and all you're doing is hearing. So you know what I'm saying? We not bullshitting about it, and just for everybody here, that I'm throwing it out there. Between our sectors, our two groups, Winter Circle and Party Line, we're putting together a Thanksgiving turkey drive. We've collected almost $1,000 as of now. where we'll be feeding families in California and Texas. Um, and it's not stopping there. You know, there was a backpack drive put together, but this was prior to the two collectives coming together. So, you know, that was a success, all made possible by Cammy. But you know, this is we're out trying to we're in the give back mode because for the real in reality, most of the men in these situations we done enough tearing down. So we just feels good to be a part of a coalition that's into giving back. And that's what we on. You know, after Thanksgiving, you know, there'll be a toy drive. I wish I had the links or whatever to put in the chat, but you know, so you know, anybody that you know feels you know compelled to $25 a turkey, you know, shit, you can't beat that. And also, we made there have been uh unions made with one of the churches that um you know how they provide they have the food banks and they'll provide all the sides and the trimmings and shit. Yeah, we throwing the turkey in there so that there'll be a full meal. And Cammy is in the chat and she's actually one of the um people that we have, you know, spearheading this whole mission. But you know, people do take shit too fucking far. But it's when you realize it and you continue to go, you know, that's when you're on bullshit, you know, for real. But when you realize it and you say, hold on, let me reel that shit back in, you know, I didn't cross the fucking line. Or you know what I'm doing is shit ain't cool. That's when you know you like, okay, damn. You can that person can be looked at, or those people can be looked at as, all right, well shit, if they could put their shit to the side and come together, shit, I don't know why anybody couldn't. But then you got some cats, but you do have some people that are taking this shit too fucking far. And it's just it's really shit that's gonna come with that. I mean, I appreciate everybody that's in attendance. Normally we have about, you know, 3 or 4 people up here by now, but so it's kind of weird for me just doing all the goddamn talking at this point. But so y'all just bear with me here. But I was having a conversation with my son trying to come up with a topic. And I guess shit, what we was talking about kind of goes hand in hand in what me and my son came up with as far as like the influence that this YouTube shit has over people. You know, it has a tendency to cause people to come up out their fucking body and do shit that they wouldn't normally do, you know, in their regular lives. I don't know if it's false courage, bravado, or whatever, but half the people doing all this motherfucking bumping and shit ain't even built like that. And when reality hit them in the fucking face, yeah, it's gonna hurt like a bitch. You know, you sit back and people talk shit from a safe place, but they forget this world is small, very fucking small. And it's not the ones that you are looking at or see in the chat. Like I said earlier, it's not the people that you see that's gonna fuck around and that are more prone to pop up on your ass. It's the ones that you don't see that are sitting in the bushes listening. Just be careful what the fuck you wish for. I mean, Cammy, that's kind of a hard one because everybody shit that I may feel or feel is the right thing to do may not be right for somebody else. I mean, as those that know me know, I am the same person off this shit as I am on it. So I mean, the best if you okay. So really, in reality, the best advice I can give is be yourself. Don't let this shit influence you to be somebody that you're not. 'Cause that will catch up to you. I mean, that's the best thing I can say, Kimmy. Be your fucking self. All this trying to be gung ho super gang member or just not a player and you ain't a fucking player. I mean, if you're an asshole, George, then so be it. At least you're an asshole through and through. But you ain't faking. You ain't faking the funk. You know. But you got these folks, like I said, they put on airs and want to holler about characters and oh, this is YouTube. Yeah, it's YouTube, but shit, you got some motherfuckers that don't look at it like that. People take shit personal, and it just depends on who you talking to or who you talking about. You can be done offended somebody, as you may be talking shit about them, not knowing that somebody else that ain't, like I say, that's sitting in the fucking bushes or something, is sitting here like, oh, I know where this motherfucker be at. Uh, Damn, that's a good one. That's a tricky one there. But from what I've seen in a lot of the different sectors that I happen to fuck around in, it'd be too much goddamn bickering. But if people would sit down and have a conversation about the situation that's got them all pissed off, you might can come to an understanding. But when all you're doing is just sitting there, screaming and yelling, talking shit because, or not even screaming and yelling and talking shit, just constantly keeping shit up when there's no need for it when it could have been ended in a conversation. You have people that have been given opportunities to end beefs that really wasn't no fucking beefs, but they choose to hold on to that shit. George, you're not the only one, and it's not the motherfucker that's licensed to carry that you got to worry about. It's the one that you don't know is carrying. But if that makes sense, Cam, because it's a lot. I mean, with the women, I sat back and watched women stay out of it. Period. Then you get those that insert themselves. So it's a bunch of different situations because most of the time the shit is the beef is between the dudes. But then when I go to these different sectors and shit, I see it just be the women into it, and I'm like, God damn, that shit crazy. But a lot of, like I said, a lot of this shit don't even have to go as far as this went because it could have been ended with a simple fucking conversation or a motherfucker saying, okay, let's agree to disagree. I'm gonna move this way, you move that way, and keep it moving. And wow, that's the type of shit, motherfuckers, like you say, they begged you to be a mod and then flipped on you. But that's real life shit. Motherfuckers do something for you without you asking, and then turn around and flip on you and throw it in your face and put it out there, put your business out there in front of everybody else, like you asked them. And you didn't. You can really give a fuck less. You just cool, being in the fucking chat. Yeah, so, I mean, folks do shit for selfish reasons. Folks do shit to hold it over other people's heads. Then You just gotta see. Sometimes you have to really let a motherfucker show you who they are because they will. They definitely will. And once they do, please believe they are letting you know who the fuck they are. So when they turn around and continue to be who they are, do not be surprised. If they let you know who the fuck they are in the very beginning. I mean, as far the way I see this shit. Wow. Okay, so you think he wanted you to have phone sex with him, huh? That's pretty damn. Wow. Yeah, just cause a motherfucker shake your hand and say they're your friend, it don't. You got to watch. There's always a motive behind with most people. You got those that are genuine. You know, if I say I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And then until you give me a reason not to. Now, gorgeous George, I don't even know why the fuck I just said the first part. George, look here. I see you in the chat all the time, so I don't really take, what you said. Some parts of it I'll address, but I see you in the chat all the time, man. So I don't take you as serious as like to fall over into some blow over into some real life shit. But I don't mind answering certain shit. I mean, like you got people that have kids, right? And when you treat your child as a friend, expect shit to end up being as it happened. It turns out as friends because they gonna fall out, they gonna argue. Hell, they might even fucking fight. Go on, do your thing, Cammy. Salute, sis. We'll get up. We'll get them up later on. But when you're a parent, your children will respect you more for being a parent. You have to make the hard decisions. You have to, lay down the law when it comes time to do so. You got to say yes or no, as opposed to just getting along, going along to get along. Thank you, Cammy. And the most important part that I really feel as a parent is being there, through whatever. I mean, the advice, just shit, just being there as best as you can. I was asked, what was you asking about the YouTube, like having influence over kids to like being gangs and shit like that. So my son, he was talking about this shit earlier, and he was talking about asking how I felt about YouTube having bad influence over kids, as far as like having going out doing shit, joining gangs or being a part of gangs or thinking that the shit not necessarily from YouTube, but making it seem like it's cool to be a part of a gang or a clique or whatever the fuck that's out there, that's really out there in the streets doing shit. And I can't, it's just, I guess I can't put myself in that child mind frame to look at this type of shit and say, oh, they doing it on YouTube. That's like the cool thing to do, because if I'm looking at it like that, and I also got to look at the fucking videos and shit where these guys on Facebook going live and getting killed, and that's part of that shit that they into. Not to say that I wasn't, or I won't say wasn't, but that I'm not affiliated, because I am, but non-active, of course. But we didn't have social media to raise us. You know, we was raised by the shit that we was actually living, or the things that we actually went through. You know, these motherfuckers that anybody that follows something that they see on TV, shit, hell, if you're gonna follow something you see on TV, watch Grey's Anatomy, become a doctor or some shit. Watch Chicago, the Chicago series with the police and the fire departments. But to look at this shit and think that it's cool to go out there and do dumb shit, that just shows weak minded mentality. What it do, Gabe? Nah, I didn't buy my kids that shit. Hey, Prius, salute to you. Thanks for coming in. I mean, we lacking this. So this is, I guess, right now I could say that this isn't the typical roundtable that we've had for the past 3 weeks. So now I'm just kind of I'm up here, you know, but I'm gonna hold my own, and I am answering questions to those that have them to the best of how I'm able to. But yeah, George, that you right though. I mean, yeah, you. I look at, and I don't say that parents are wrong for buying their babies Jordans and shit. I just think it's crazy because yeah, 3 months from now they're gonna be buying another pair because they done grew out of the ones that they was in, and so on and repeat, rinse and repeat. He said YouTube. Nah, I don't think it was like he wasn't saying like YouTube games. It was more so seeing motherfuckers in gangs or portraying to be, and then thinking that it's cool to go out and go out the door and go join a fucking gang. You know what's happening with a D Mac? What's happening, cuz? That's the influence that some of these YouTube tough guys have on kids that cause them to want to go outside and call themselves jumping out the fucking porch or whatnot. Gabe, come on up here with your boy, man. D Mac, I know you'll pull up. Yeah, pull on up, man. Hit the link, homie.
Yes, all men is welcome to pull up, and D man better pull up because I see he be pulling up on everybody else's channel. You better pull up on mine. How about that, D Mike? I still love you though, boo boo. But yeah, men, y'all are welcome to pull up. You don't have to type in the chat. You can pull up on the panel and talk.
No facts. Pretty as eyes, we just kind of covered a variety of shit. Since pretty much for the most part, Kev was up here for a second, then he had something to do. But it's open for him. At this point, it's open for him. So I mean, anything that may be questioned or whatever, any questions or whatever, feel free. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sierra Latrice, pick what's happening. Is that me? I don't think that's me. Is that me? Yeah, I'm okay. How about this? We'll sit over here. I don't think it echo off that much. From way over here? Shit. This one kind of caught me off guard, and I was a little unprepared. I thought we had one. Well, I thought we would have a. We had a topic, and I thought everybody would be, the typical men would be joining. So now I'm up here kind of like just freestyling, but it's all good. So let me see. Ain't no, anybody got any more questions about anything or? No, 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 it's not that shit. Anything I would say would just be to me it would be like rambling. So I don't like to ramble. I could talk about how to fucking what I feel people should do as far as if they come into money, what they need to do as far as trying to get their fucking weight up. I'm still upset with you, Brenda. So don't try and make don't even do that.
Salute everybody.
What's happening? What's happening? Who's that? SD? Oh, who was
Nah,
that?
this dude,
What's going on with it? Boy, I didn't know I had the chat on. What's good with you, cuz?
man, I'm chilling, man. I feel what you were saying about the kids joining gangs because my oldest, I got 4 teenage boys. And
Mm-hmm.
he used to come home and tell me all the time, like how kids at school is trying to claim this and that. My kids, they know what it is with me. They know what gang I claim and everything. But they know I'm not active. But I don't hide
Right.
nothing from them. And I tell them, like, hey, them boys don't know what they talking about. Like, man, these boys don't
Nah,
know
shit
nothing.
ain't the
They
same.
want to say they this and that. So you
It
know what I'm saying?
ain't.
I
Go ahead.
go ahead, D2.
No.
I know what I'm saying. I give my boys the game. I keep it real with them. I give them tough love, but I you know what I'm saying. I let them know I love them.
Right. I mean, you got to be that parent. That's being a parent.
Yeah,
You can be a parent that has compassion and understanding. Like, my oldest twin is upstairs now, listening in,
yeah,
and he knows that I wasn't there physically for 16 years. That's because they were in Texas and I'm out here. But we talked, and I was always available for them, if
oh
they
yeah,
had any issues or any, what I'm saying. So it's not like I just said fuck it and wasn't there. I just wasn't there physically.
yeah.
But
Like me,
most
I tell my kids all the time, like, shoot, I grew up in a single parent home. My mom had 3 boys. So, I'm the second oldest. It's like, shit, I tell them all the time, if my dad was around, I probably wouldn't have made some of the choices I made. Like, shit, I didn't see my dad until I was like 15 years old.
I mean, and like from previous talks that we've had on here, shit, I am the oldest, and
Yeah,
I followed in my dad's footsteps. I had a
yeah,
stepdad that was the square, I won't say square, but the working man, you know what I'm saying? He helped to I was influenced by both because one helped to cultivate the athlete that I was, and the other helped cultivate the street,
yeah.
that nigga.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Mama had one boyfriend, man. He was a big dope boy, but like, man, he filled that void of being that father. I learned a lot from him. I learned the bad and I learned the good from him. When he went to prison, that kind of I was like, shit, I was lost after that. I was
No,
lost after that.
it's,
So like
that's what
shit
happened to
for a
my
long
brother and sister, bro. Go ahead.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? After that one, like shoot, when I lost him, I just didn't give a damn after that. It wasn't no male influence. So like, I did what I had to do. But I always made sure my good outweighed my bad. Even the young niggas that seen me and looked at me as a big homie, I never influenced them to be what I was. I did a lot of
Right.
stuff so they wouldn't have to do it.
Right. No, I can dig
Cause
that.
I always knew, like, man, I grew up in church from a little dude on until I got grown. So you know what I'm saying? It was always the good in me making sure I did something for somebody else and made sure they didn't go down that path I went.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I understand where you're coming from because, like I say, me being the oldest of my dad, you know what I'm saying? I got to see him at his best and his worst. Whereas my
Yeah,
little brother and sister, when he went back to, because he got out of prison in '76, I want to say I think '76, and didn't go back to prison until like '92. So I had a little brother who was shit. I don't think he was probably about 5 years old or something, maybe 10, if that. And a sister, so
yeah,
they missed that, and when he left, everything went to shit for them. And then me being, because we were in two different cities, so I wasn't there. But then hell,
yeah,
I honestly feel like if I was there, hell, it would have been worse than what it was. Not for them, but in terms of them watching me, you know, and
yeah,
following in my footsteps, they ended up making their own decisions anyway. But they also held like hella resentment, when he came home, and I
yeah.
never understood that shit.
With me, like when I got in trouble, man, when I caught my robbery charge and I went to prison, my little brother was like 15 years old. But like when I got locked up and I a lot of my partners that knew he was my little brother, they looked out for him because of me. So like, man, he didn't get a chance to make them mistakes I made because they stayed on him. Man, if
Right.
your brother find out that we let you did this over here, man, he gonna be pissed off. So they kind of took him under the wing and showed him a different way. He ended up going to the army like my older brother did.
And that's key, man, because like the siblings that I'm talking about were on my dad's side, so they didn't have those influences. We had one cousin, but he was out there in the streets too, and worked a fucking
Yeah,
job. But now we'll go back to me, my mom, my stepdad, and my other brother. I do have a brother and sister. My other brother, he's since passed, but he didn't have to
yeah,
worry about any of that shit because I wouldn't, when I was around, before they left to move to Atlanta, I wasn't, if I saw him in a spot that he didn't have no business in, he was out of here. You know what I'm saying? Go,
yeah,
take your ass home, type shit. He ended up going off. He was a boxer, and because he did have what I would consider, a nuclear family, a mother and a father, and
yeah,
brothers and sisters that loved him was there in the present. You know what I'm saying? He was able to go on through to the Olympics and have a successful pro career up until he was killed. So
yeah,
that's two different sides of a coin that lets you know that it is most imminent that a mother and father be in a child's life from
yeah,
whatever, you know what I'm saying, for whatever aspect, as long as that that father figure, that mother figure is there. It always gives you that sense, because like with my father, the gangster, I stayed in line because I didn't want him on my head. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So that is still, and he lived in a whole nother fucking city, so it balanced out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But now, if you just got a mother and father that's both out there in the motherfucking streets and telling you that this is what you need to do too, then man, goddamn, I feel sorry for you,
yeah,
and that does exist.
yeah. With that, like, man, I didn't hide nothing from my little brother. Shoot, I was like, man, if you gonna do anything, I'd rather you do it with me than going out here and doing it with other people. But like I always stayed on him. And then when I got locked up, my older brother took over. You know, like after he got out the service, you know, he told him like,
Salute
"Hey,
Triple S, Big Dog. I
you got
see
to
you.
do this, you got to do that." So he stayed on him a little. He got on him a little harder. I showed him the street way, but he took him and molded him into something else. Like my little brother just got done doing like 20 some years in the service, just retired.
Nice, nice. And that's that. But like I say, you we can look at we could say okay, father figure, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all about having a positive male influence.
Yeah.
It could be that fucking favorite uncle of yours. Like you say, a brother
Yeah.
or a sister, or brothers. You know what I mean? That raising, helping the guide and mold brothers. But that it's all about having a male influence, man. And even though I was a
Like
little
me.
late with mine, I was in time enough to be able to at their the turning point in life, changing from boys to men. I feel
Yeah.
like I was able to give them the best advice that I was able to, that they could get coming from
Yeah.
somebody that had their best interest at heart.
Yeah,
And
me, I was fortunate. Like I had homeboys that had two parent that came out of two parent homes, so I was fortunate to have friends who had parents that showed me love. Like shit, that took me under the wing. Like, hey, cause like shoot, I've been through a whole lot, so it was like, man, I was fortunate to have good people around me that showed me, hey, you might want to go do this over here instead of going to do that over there. So I did have people around me, but like, man, when you were like shit, I was 2021. I was lost as a person out there at one point in time.
shit, you and me both. I turned 21 locked up. So
Yeah.
I
So like
I
me, I
totally
I,
understand.
I grew up. I grew up in prison. I came out. I was like 27. But like the whole time I was in there, man, I sat back and I learned some trades. I went and did something that I knew I was gonna need when I hit them streets. And I told them, man, I don't give a damn if I got to square all the way up, man. I ain't coming back here.
I mean, and that's what it boils down to, man. We looked at what we saw. Well, I feel like anything that I did out there, man, it was mostly done out of necessity. And then when I started
Yeah,
realizing that it's damn, hold on, who is this really, necessary for? You know, it can't be working for me because every time I looked up, I'm sitting in somebody goddamn jail cell or
yeah,
running from a motherfucker shooting at me or shooting at a motherfucker while he running from me type shit, robbing, kicking doors in and all that shit. And it wasn't until I hit 25 that I was like, oh shit, I beat the statistic that was, said that the average black male won't live to see 25 at that time. And that's when the light just went off, man. And it wasn't, didn't have anybody pushing me to do better or think better. That shit was just in me already. So
yeah,
when it happened, it was like a whole fucking bomb just dropped on my world and was like, damn, nigga, you've been living all fucked up. It's time to do something different. This shit ain't got you nowhere. Let's try it the
yeah,
other way and see how that works. And
yeah.
best decision I ever made in my life. It wasn't an overnight change, but it did. Hey, Mary Charles, thanks for coming in. But
Hey,
it
salute everybody
was
in the
a
chat.
change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's when you get to sitting back and you look at, damn, all right, I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing fucking awesome in my regular square life. You know what I'm saying? Had I
yeah.
actually started, if I, that whole, if I knew then what I know now type of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the same time, I don't live with regrets either.
Oh no. Like for me, everything that I went through, man, like shoot, it made me who I am. Like when I
Hmm.
came home, my shit, I was more focused, man. Like shoot, everybody like shit, everybody was like they was hoping that I was going. It was a lot of people who wanted to see me fail. They was
Yeah.
hoping I came out and got right back. Now when I came home, I ain't gonna lie, I was with the shits. I was 27 going on 28. I was still with the shit, but I wasn't doing nothing that was finna get me back in prison. I went and
Right.
found me a
Or
job,
yeah.
and I stayed getting that money. I was more focused on shoot, hey, getting me some money and having some fun.
I mean, like shit. When I came home,
I had to get away. I had to like shoot. If you had a like shoot, some of my homeboys were still riding around with guns. Hey, you got a gun in here? Yeah. I can shit. Hey, I gotta get away from you, man. And
I'm out of here.
yeah, I'm gone. Or even if I went to the
uh,
club and seen something about to pop up, oh shit, it's about to go down. Shit, let me get up out of it. I was getting away. It wasn't no way I was finna let myself get involved with nothing stupid.
and I just want to address something because with Triple S, yeah, you're right, bro. We do have more time behind us than we have ahead of us. But the difference is you can make whatever little time you have ahead of you more meaningful than all the time you had behind you, depending on how you was living. But nah, man, B Mac, man, I separated myself, bro, from uh running with groups, and I just started moving solo,
Yeah, you
and
know what though?
that
I
gave me more
always been that
maneuverability,
type
man.
person. I always like shoot. I got a lot of homeboys, but they know I'm always be one deep. When you see me ride, I was one deep. I never really got into being four deep in the car like that. Wasn't in Tennessee. If you riding
Ah,
four deep, oh, they finna pull that ass over. So
oh,
like me, I got to a point like man, I'm finna be one deep. Hey, I'm gonna meet up with y'all over here. I'm gonna kick it for a minute, and I'm gonna gone. I'm gone. I wasn't.
shit.
I always been a loner. I ain't never
I
really.
I was I was turned into a loner. But go ahead, go ahead.
I always been a loner. I get that from my dad. So like
I mean,
man, that's how I always been.
facts, man. I can definitely dig that. And at the end of the day, is the best thing for you because shit, what turned me into a loner was caught my first case and the motherfucker was ready to snitch on me. And I'm like, well,
Yeah, like
goddamn, hold on. I'm not gonna tell on my motherfucking self. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna slide away. You know, it wasn't like overnight. But we talking about from teens to early 20s. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
we were we had a significant group. You know what I'm saying? That did a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But when I realized that motherfuckers ain't who they say they are, and they will fuck you over.
oh
Oh
yeah, I
man,
learned that.
no, you get one time, man, and that's by accident. Let me keep running with this motherfucker that I know was about to do me, and no, that's just not how this shit
Yeah,
works.
I learned that when I caught my charge, man. One of my partners, I had seen him in a minute, and he was at like shit. He was at his cousin's house. One of his cousins I was cool with. And he was looking like he was down on his feet, and I'm like, man, shit, won't you come with me, man? I'm gonna get you back on your feet and stuff, man, and put that man on a lick. And man, that nigga left me out there and left me like shit. Turned state on me and everything. Like I man,
Nah,
gave the dude a box Chevy,
Damn.
gave him some money to get in it. At that time, man, I had plenty of cars. I was doing my thing. And
you
shoot,
know,
I never
it
thought
be
the
like
nigga
that,
would do me like that.
but you
He took
never
his
do.
man.
do
Yeah.
you think? Do you think that if you did, you'd be running with a motherfucker like that?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Hell
who,
no. But
who,
like
who?
after he turned state on me, man, it was like while I was in prison, I always told him, I said, man, if you ever cross me, man, it's gonna be a lot of people ready to do something bad to you. It was already people wanted to do something to him, but they didn't because of me.
Right?
Then when I
No,
got locked up, man, and started talking to some of my partners, and they started giving me the download on that, man, I was like, oh, while I was locked up, man, a lot of bad stuff started happening to the man. His mom house got shot up and all kind of stuff. But I always
that
told
that
him,
that
man,
hedge
if
was
you ever cross me, man, it's gonna be a lot of people that be ready to do something to you.
gone. Mary Charles.
He didn't
But
believe it.
his hedge of protection was gone, and when a motherfucker feeling themselves and think
Yeah,
that they're responsible for their own safety, or which what I'm
yeah,
saying, they the ones that's keeping them safe out there in them streets, and it's really not them. And then that hedge of protection leaves, yeah, reality sets in, and
yeah,
shit, man. Now you open to whatever the fuck is coming with it.
yeah. But shit, you live and you learn, man. It was like shit. That was a whole learning experience to me. When I got to where I was at, I was 23 years old. So I
I
pretty much
mean,
grew up in prison. And shit,
man, I had one scare, um, one ride, man. They sent it 500 miles away from home, and I realized then that shit ain't for me. I don't.
yeah,
I realized that I have a real thing against authority, man, and being told when to get up. In Texas, you got to work the fields and shit. So to have to go out there forcefully and so they tell you, what I'm saying, to
yeah,
turn it in, and then you got to go in and be degraded before you can even get back in the fucking gates, stripped down to your motherfucking nothing, and stand nut to butt with a whole bunch of other fucking men. No, that shit ain't cool. Ain't nothing cool about that, bro.
nah. Like in
When I left,
Tennessee, it's a little different. It's like shoot, you can get it like shit. If you can get out there on the yard crew, that's probably one of the best jobs to get it out there on the job with the yard crew, because you going out on the town working. But like shoot, I was a rock man in prison. Like so shit, I was able to get out there and do what they was buffing flows and all that type of stuff. That's what I was doing.
but nah, I mean, it's like you say, man. At the end of the day, what's behind you, if it didn't help build you and mold you into a man, or the man that you can be proud of, then shit,
Yeah,
it was all in vain. And for
yeah,
me, I know I can definitely say that every fucking thing that I went through, man, every fucked up experience, the good shit, that was just that's what it is. It's the fucked up shit that you learn from, and
ah,
that's what molds you, because you have to sit back and think to yourself, is this something that I want to continue to go through? Is this something that I
yeah,
want to continue to do? Is this ain't fun no more? You know what I'm saying? And then you watching everybody else as life is passing you by, all your peers from high school, or what I'm saying, elementary and shit. They're living,
yeah,
productive lives and shit. And I'm sitting here, and even though they may have a lot of respect for you, they still look at you different because of who you are and what you were into. So to break out of that cycle, man, and know that none of my children ever had to witness anything that I've done, or go through anything that I went through. That makes me feel like my life is accomplished. If I die tomorrow, to know that my kids are living productive lives, man, shit, I would die with a smile on my face, homie.
ah, yeah,
Now I'm just, that's just how much fucking up I was doing, man.
yeah. Me, when I was doing my fucking up, man, the good people that was around me, man, they had to pull back. They were like, this nigga going self-destruct. I got to pull away from him. But when I came home, they seen a whole different me. They was glad to see me. They was like, oh man, he got his head on his shoulders. He back. I wasn't all doped up every day and drinking every day. I was shoot. I came home. I was like, man, I gotta stand for something. When you don't stand for nothing, man, you just gonna be like the rest of these cats on YouTube. You gonna be self-destructing because you don't
But
stand
shit,
on nothing. You ain't standing on your 10, or you ain't standing on nothing.
I mean, and that's the thing, you got to stand for something, or you'll fall for any motherfucking thing.
Yeah,
And fortunately, the majority of us, like, there's a good portion of us that predate social media, so we didn't have those kind of bullshit ass influences to help us make stupid decisions. Shit, we just made stupid decisions based on the bullshit ass people we ran around.
yeah,
So it was, but at
yeah,
least they was motherfuckers that you knew. It was somebody that was there,
yeah,
that was tangible. You know what I'm saying? If I got into it, this motherfucker gonna have my back, or this group of motherfuckers gonna have my back. If something happened to me, it's gonna be retaliation on somebody else. But you knew that shit existed, and it was like right there. as where now, you got all this fucking these old fucking brave boys, on with the goddamn superhero keyboard fingers, man, talking all this shit, man,
Yeah.
and just don't have a fucking clue. Hey D, hey Nisha, how y'all doing? Appreciate you coming.
Salute
But
everybody in the chat.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like our kids are being raised by, and I won't say our kids, but the kids of this generation are being raised by social media, and that shit
Yeah.
ain't cool at all.
Nah.
And that's
It's
that's
like,
something that's
man,
something that I really want to touch on next week, because really I'm about, my time is almost up. But we as the men that we become are in position to influence others who we may see or following into the same pitfalls that we fell into when we were younger, and we can actually give them. I mean, a motherfucker that's out there, let's say somebody in the streets, they're less likely to listen to or talk to somebody that ain't never that they can't identify with, that doesn't have shared experience. But when you can tell them, when they can reach somebody and say, well, damn, all right, man, this guy's made it. He's actually successful. Got a good life. They'll be more, more prone to listen to somebody that's been through the struggle,
yeah,
and made it out of it. Some just want to be there because they feel like that's where that's what their life is about. But not everybody wanted to be into that shit. Hell, I know I didn't want to be in the streets.
yeah,
I want to, I don't know too many fucking people. Some, yeah, but I don't know anybody that just jumped out the porch because that's what they, wanted to do. Growing up as a child, those were their goals and aspirations. But then
one
being
thing I
from
gotta
Texas,
say, man,
also, it's a whole different
when I
ball
go
game.
home to visit in Tennessee, man, a lot of the young homies, man, that when I go home to visit, man, they be like, man, I'm glad you here. Man, when you told me when I was little, man, to go do this, man, look at me now. Like one of my little homies, man, I told him, I like, man, I'm gonna give your mom this money for you to go learn business or something. Like, man,
Yeah,
ran into him one day and now he got a lounge. And he's like, man, you remember that money you told my mom to hold for me? He
that's.
went and built him a lounge.
But
It
see,
took
you
him
was
a
planting
minute, but he
seeds,
got it.
man, and not everybody get it right off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got to bump your head. Most of the time,
Like I tell
you
them
run
all the
into a
time,
wall.
man, like I wasn't that big homie that was putting guns in their hand. I was giving them knowledge to go, hey, man, go do this over here, man. Go to college or go do something that's gonna make you something in the long run.
Right,
Cause
right,
I
right.
already I did all that time, man. I was like, man, they knew how old I was when I got locked up. So man, when I came home, a lot of them was glad to see me because shit, they was listening to big homies that was out on the street while I was locked up and they wasn't feeling that. They was catching charges and cats not
And the
putting
big
no
homies
monies on their books
sitting there
and
chilling. Yeah, yeah. They getting thrown
yeah.
away and
So
forgot
now I'm
about.
saying when I came home, they were like, man, I'm glad you home because they knew I wasn't feeling a lot of the things that I was hearing while I was locked up. So I was like, man, well, shoot, go do this over here. If they got a problem with what I said, tell them to come to me. I'm not worrying about none of that.
I mean, this how I look at it, man. And I'm probably gonna wrap this shit up. But righteousness in its pure form, not what somebody else feels is righteous, but whatever you know in yourself to be righteous of self, righteous of yourself and of others, will always prevail over bullshit, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's just something that we have to always keep in mind, especially when dealing with motherfuckers that ain't got righteousness, a bit of it in them. No
yeah,
matter what they try to do to tear us down and assassinate our characters or anything of that nature, we know who we are, and those that were there amongst us know who the fuck we are. So for somebody that
yeah.
don't have a clue as to who you are, try to tell you who you are, it's just a waste of time, man. And really, it ain't
Yeah,
no point in it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Knowing who the fuck you are is key.
Yeah. That's why I
But
shoot.
man,
I'm still moving.
D Mac, man, we do this, man, every Tuesday, man, 4 o'clock, unless things change. Knowing if they change, then we'll make the proper adjustments.
That's
But this is
what's
what
up.
we do on Tuesdays, man.
I'll come back, man. I'm shit. I'm gonna ride this out with you. I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, no, like I say, no, this is the first time that I've actually just been sitting up here by my damn self. Normally we have a
Ah,
nice
yeah,
little group, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't have a
yeah,
problem with that. But you know, I'm glad you came on up, bro, and we was able to have a discussion, man, because that's
ah,
what
yeah,
this roundtable is about. Me and just actually having a discussion with no involvement from anybody else, just me and talking,
yeah.
um, being respectful of each other and each other's experiences. You know
Ah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? In hopes that we can come together and try and influence somebody that may be watching or somebody that may be listening
yeah,
to do better than what we did.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Ah,
though
yeah,
there are those of us that never did wrong, so they bring even that much more to the table because they can tell a motherfucker how to get it from the, get it out the gate.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that, I mean, I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate everybody stopping by. Um,
So,
salute to everybody involved, everybody in the chat. Miss Renee, you know what it is. Bestie,
salute,
yeah,
Miss
I'm gonna have to
Renee.
sleep on this shit. But nah, real talk though, you know, we this is something that we gonna I don't give a fuck, you know, we gonna if it's just one or two of us here, we gonna still push this narrative and push this movement because
Ah,
it's
yeah,
needed. It's just
ah, yeah.
needed, man. And it takes us away
Anything
from the
for a good
normal.
cause, man.
And that's
Anything
that's
for a
just
good
what's
cause.
real.
I'm always down.
But yeah, homie, that's this we do this shit every Tuesday, man. And
I'll be
again,
back
like I say,
next
man,
Tuesday with
all right, for sure, for sure.
you. All right. I'm gonna
All
go ahead
right,
and get
man.
on out.
No
Salute.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Salute on me.
Well, salute D for pulling up on the panel. This is our first time ever shutting down. So I mean early, but it's okay. It still was a good topic because I learned a lot from y'all too tonight. It is what it is. I'm not saying that we're gonna have a best night every Tuesday.
Right, right.
Sometimes,
Nah, nah.
you know what
It's
I'm
just
saying?
I actually have something I need to take care of. That's all.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, you got your what? An hour and 23
Shit,
minutes
damn
in,
near
man.
hour and a
Oh,
half. Yeah,
yeah, you did good. So, just and by yourself.
yeah. That's. I gotta. That's yeah. I gotta get used to that shit sometimes.
Oh,
But
no, it's no problem. We'll be back next Tuesday. No
oh,
problem
no
at
doubt,
all.
no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. I got love for everybody here. Everybody, love for you and the regulars. And then, for those that,
Okay.
just putting up much love, man, much respect and much success, man. And hopefully everybody can, have a great evening and wake up in the morning and have a productive day and week, month, year. But I am about to get up out of here though.
Okay, bro. I
All right,
see
y'all take it
you
easy.
see these streets.
Absolutely, you know it, Kevin.
Yes. I want to thank everybody for coming, tuning in on this round table. I greatly appreciate those who support me. I want to tell Pretty Problem. Thank you, Buki, for the membership. Anybody feel the need they want to grab a membership, grab one. It's only $2.99. I think $2.99, $1.99, it's somewhere up in that area right there. As always, we always have men round table on Tuesday. I don't. This is my first time ever seeing anything um on the round table because I normally just pop up here, let everybody come in. I just sit in the background, I don't say nothing. I don't unless I'm typing in the chat. But as always, we have the men round table every Tuesday at 7. I don't know why he didn't do a closeout. He just popped on out of here. He knew he was supposed to do a closeout. But I'm asking everyone to share it out about the men roundtable. Hey Dolly, hey beautiful. Um, share it out about the men roundtable. We have women's roundtable on tomorrow at 7, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue the women one because I don't really have nobody. I have a couple people always say they're gonna show up and don't never show up. So, but we do have the actor that on Brenda's channel. She does the men and women's roundtable. Um, as we already know, when you come up on the round table, just know that you got to put your grown people drawers on, boxers, panties, or thongs, or whatever you want to put on. You just make sure they be grown folks stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, because you coming up here, we're not doing the scratching, not doing the disrespect on the table. Now, it's be days I do have that type of thing where we can get in and get book wild and go crazy. But when we round the round table, we don't do that. No, we do not. You get on that day, you have to put on your suit. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm trying to make it a success. And as always, D Shepherd is the host of the Men's Roundtable. So he's been doing his thing. And I want to say thank y'all for pulling up, for supporting me. And if nobody told y'all they love y'all today, know that Miss Renee love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for rocking out with me, showing me love. I appreciate it. And I wouldn't trade y'all for the world. No, I would not. And with that being said, um, I hope everybody have a good night. Be safe out there. If you're in the streets, be safe. Until then, bye y'all. Love ya.
As always, if nobody ever told y'all they love you today, know that Miss Renee is saying, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I thank those who rock with me, come and sit in this chat with me, even if you're in here for 2 minutes. The idea that you had the thought to come in and chat with Miss Renee. I love you all. I appreciate y'all. And I tell you, I wouldn't trade y'all.
Let's get it. Welcome to the round table, ladies, let's go. It's the grown folks lounge. Miss Renee, another great show. Hot topics if you got them, hey, let's talk about it. Just keep it simple and clean. You ain't gotta argue about it. Always keep it 100. It ain't nothing but good vibes. Staying true to yourself, you can make it past the live. If ain't nobody said they love you, just remember that she said another day we still living. Show some love to the family. Going live, so subscribe. Let her know that you was there. If you catch the replay, leave a comment, like and share. You ain't gotta have a rant. The support still the same. And she with that goofy shit, put respect on her name. It's that grown folks talk. Grown folks this. It's that grown folks talk. It's that grown folks talk. Grown folks this. It's that grown folks talk.